Today I am going to be finishing up the corset that I was making in my last video. In true Rebecca fashion, I deleted the footage of my finishing up the mock-up. So I don't have any of that, but I figured out that there were some fit issues, and I figured out that I would have to make the finished product a size smaller. I made the mock-up in a size 10, I believe, so I'll be going a size down and making a size 8. I will be using a duck cloth that I got at Joann Fabrics, and it is a bit stiffer than the cotton muslin that I was using for the mock-up, and hopefully that will help as well with the fit. Duck cloth was one of the recommended materials that I found when I was Googling what to use for corset making, and I figured why not just try it out. I'm not super nervous about using duck cloth for this corset because it is a thicker material and corsets are supposed to have structure, and I will have structure from both the boning and the duck cloth. So let's just see how it goes. I began by trimming down the existing pattern pieces to a size 8. This turned out to be the easiest part of the project. I have all of the pieces trimmed down to the correct size, and I'm going to begin tracing the pieces onto the cotton duck cloth and cut them out. For each pattern piece, I needed to cut 2 pieces from the fabric. I used my trusty pair of Ginger scissors. I passed on the rotary cutter I have until I can get new blades for the ones I do have. This is day 2 of making the final version of the straight front Edwardian corset. I didn't work on it at all yesterday because I was tired and expecting phone calls that didn't happen, and when I have anything else to do, I tend to not work on anything just because I'm anxious that I will miss it. And those phone calls didn't happen. It was great. Anyway, I got this pile of fabric cut out, and I did a little bit of work off camera as well. I have the busk facings cut out, and I also got the boning channels cut out. There are 10 of these. I'm going to start working on pinning these together, and then I will begin sewing. Next, I needed to arrange all the pattern pieces so I could eventually pin them together. I decided not to baste them because using pins is more functional for me. So I got both sides of the corset sewn up, and I'm looking at the directions, and it has me making flat felled seams. My nemesis. I started out by ironing the seams open. Then I trimmed down the width on one side of each seam to create the flat felled seam. Ideally, I could have basted the seams, and I should have probably hand-stitched them, but hindsight is 20/20, right? So, the next thing I have to do is apply a twill tape to the waist of the corset. And I've decided that I'm just going to do that tomorrow, and I will also be basting on the boning channels. So you have that to look forward to. The twill tape is supposed to help with the overall structure of the garment. It was very fiddly, so I hope it's worth it in the end. This I did baste on. And with that, this is the end of the video. I'll be back with a finished corset very soon. Once again, thank you to my patrons who make these videos possible. Links for my Patreon and Ko-fi are in the description. I hope you all have a lovely day and that we'll meet again soon.